It's Friday. And you know what? The world doesn't give a fuck. We have to face the harsh reality that the world doesn't care about our hardships and strife. We have to take life by the balls and yank it. And now your host for The World Doesn't Give a Fuck, James McGee.
Welcome back to the James McGee Show. The world doesn't give a fuck Friday. Why? Because the world doesn't give a fuck. And on Fridays, it's a good time to remind ourselves of that going into the weekend and then going into Monday knowing the world doesn't give a fuck about our strife, our problems. So this week, if you followed, I have been on Kamala Harris's and Tim Walz's ass. Rightfully so. They deserve it. But that's not political commentary. Is just part of what the my show's about. Other part is about life and what we go through in life. And I wanted to tell a personal story. So I don't talk about my background much because I'm not one of those guys, and I don't want to be that guy who is back in my day and back in the day and we did it better, because we didn't. These guys in law enforcement are doing it so much better than we ever did. I'm so proud of them. But what I want to talk about today is the strength of humility. So I spent 30 years, almost 31 years, at a sheriff's office where I'm from, Southwest Louisiana. And I spent 17 of those years as a commander of the enforcement division in a command level position. And it was just the dream job, unbelievable job. I had 200 employees, had a great staff, had secretaries, had just such a great support staff. I had people. I had people that just at my beck and call. And then I retired, and I spent 3 years as the chief of staff for an elected district attorney. Again, had a great staff. I was tasked with reorganizing the department. Feel really good about the things that we accomplished in those 3 years. Then I decided to, and if you followed us long enough, y'all have met my son who has Tourette's, and it's been a challenge for him. It's been a real big challenge for him to, just to go through life. And we made the decision to go into to business, and we are in the interior demo. We do some exterior, but we're in the interior demo and the debris removal and junk removal business. And I really enjoy it, have fun. I love working with my hands and working with chainsaws and doing those things. But it can be a really nasty, degrading business. And it's just us. And I'm doing, I've learned, part of it, it's really building. Hopefully, I want to build generational wealth. I want to build something that lasts for a long time for him, for my grandkids. For my daughter, she wants to be involved one day. That's what I'm building this for. But there's a part of me that wants to, big part of me, I want to prove that I can do it. I achieved some success in the public sector. Private business is a wholly different thing. Small business ownership is fucking hard. So when I decided to do this, I had to put my ego aside, and I had to get real humble because I had nobody. It's just me. I don't have people. I don't have a staff. I don't have the things that I had before. And like I said, it can be some degrading work. And this week brought a big reminder to that. We had a clean out, had a freezer that we went and picked up and disposed of that had rotten meat. And I've been around dead bodies. I've been around some things. That's the worst thing I ever smelled. And if I didn't have humility, I would have looked at it like, I'm too good for this. What am I doing? I do have a retirement. I'm very fortunate. I've got to check the rest of my life, but I want to build this. But you have to have humility, because like I said, this was pretty degrading. Here I am digging in some rotten meat. And, a year ago, I had a staff at my beck and call, did whatever I said. Now it's me. Now it's my son. And so if we're going to be successful, the world does not give a fuck about any prior success that you have or who you think you are or who people think you are or people that kissed your ass. World doesn't give a fuck about that. If you want to make it, you got to go out there and take it. And I also preach that, and I'm following my own preaching. I know what's out there. I know what can be done, and I'm going out there and I'm going to fucking take it. So I hope you have a good weekend. I hope that you remind yourself that you can do it, but the world does not give a fuck about your ego, your arrogance, or who the fuck you think you are. McGee is out.